Good afternoon on this Wednesday, December 9th. Time is almost 1 p.m. Eastern. So this video will cover Day 7 Weather Challenge for Green Bay. I'm starting this a little differently. This is yesterday's 22Z USL run. And I'm going to focus on the sky cover. And it had generally overcast skies from 6Z right through about 17, 18Z. It is currently almost 18Z right now, so you would expect them to still be under the clouds. However, there is no cloud whatsoever above them, and there has not been any clouds in the past 3 hours. While the USL and all other models that I looked at yesterday had overcast skies right through 18Z, and that was not the case. So temperatures have already risen up to 45 degrees and will probably rise a couple more degrees because I don't think these low clouds to the west will make their way. They're already shrinking, so I think the rest of the day will feature mostly sunny skies. So temperatures should rise quite a bit this afternoon. My forecast high was 43 degrees. That was assuming clouds would stick around as the models indicated yesterday. That is not the case. So my high temperature forecast has busted pretty badly. Unfortunately, not much you can do there. Overnight last night, things ended up happening as I expected. Bottomed up 38 degrees. We'll see how low they get overnight tonight. See if that temperature can go down at all. Although my forecast low is 38, so hopefully it doesn't go below 38. Although my high temperature is already in the trash. Why the region, Green Bay and South, not seeing clouds while these areas are seeing clouds? Take a look at the surface analysis. These areas were able to radiate a lot better than these areas. Take a look at, let's go with 24-hour min temperatures. Better see that the temperature differences across the state. Okay, let's pick Wisconsin. And let's do the min temp since midnight across the state. As you can see, okay, so the network is pretty scattered, it seems. Let me just zoom out here. I have no idea where I am in this. Here we go. Holy cow. Okay, I take that back. The network is very widespread. So let me just select the NWS networks. Okay, so Green Bay, 37 degrees. No, that's not Green Bay. Green Bay was about 38 degrees at this time. Here they are, right here. 37. Okay. Yeah, off to the west, the temperatures around or below freezing. Mid 30s over here. So this is where your best radiational cooling took place overnight, which strengthened the radiant inversion, which is still in place over the area. Let's just go back to the current temperatures. Temperatures have not risen at all over these areas, and over here where sun has broken out, temperatures are risen to the 40s. Let me see if I can find a good sounding. Illustrate the difference. Okay. Here we are. Okay, so we can compare Green Bay and so Green Bay, no real radiant inversion, and even the substance inversion is pretty weak. So that would explain why also low clouds are not really an issue today. I think this is Minneapolis. I think that is. Yeah, so you can, so definitely the substance inversion is in place. And the red even version is pretty low. If there was a sounding over here, it'd probably show up better red even version. But yeah, the substance version is pretty weak right now. The column has a bit more moisture in it than it did yesterday. Compare this to yesterday real quickly, or even 0Z. So yeah, the substance version was weakening through the day. Yesterday 12Z. You can see it was a lot easier to see compared to just a couple hours ago. Okay. That's unfortunate. I wish I caught on to that. Oh, I didn't. Anyways, let's move forward. So temperatures right now 45 degrees, and it's only those at 11 o'clock their time. So I think a couple more hours. So they might make a run for 50 degrees. We'll see. Active west wind. So they're tapping some of the cooler air to the west, which will limit how much they can warm up today. And 30s over here, so that might prevent them from hitting 50 degrees, although they are rising fairly fast. All right. Taking a look at satellite again. So low clouds and then mid-level, high-level clouds over in this area, moving eastward. If they were to impact them, it'd probably be later tonight tomorrow. So let's take a look at that. Okay. 15Z RPM. Let's get the radar in there, because who knows? Because the column, there's a good amount of moisture in the column, right? It's nearly saturated right up through 750 millibars. A lot of moisture. Yeah, the P watts. Let's take a quick look at the precipitant waters. Okay. Okay, they were about 0.5, actually 0.6 earlier today. The sounding came out. So if there were to be another sounding, probably be a substantive version that is easy to see. Okay, let's go back to the sim radar. Okay, northeast, great. Not forecasting for the northeast, unfortunately, although the weather conditions here are very similar to Green Bay. The sun actually came up today. Okay, so those low clouds over western areas of Wisconsin do break apart, so the entire state should warm to at least 40 degrees. And then looking towards the west, mid clouds do organize themselves a little better and move eastward 230Z. So this is the nighttime hours. I was mentioning the possibility of a radiation cooling period tonight, second 60 period, and I think that's still going to be the case. Winds probably stay active, but they should be able to drop. Current dew points are 39, so we'll have to see. Okay, so all right, so 60. So this we're in day 7 now. Clouds are moving in. These are mid-high level clouds. A few hints of some rain, although it looks like most of the rain activity stays to the north. And here's the cyclone right here. So it'll watch this area right here. So it looks like tomorrow is a good batch of mid-level clouds. And then we'll have to see if okay, so it looks like the rain struggles to really get into the area. So definitely more clouds than today. I'll have to check out the depth of the cloud layer to see if the sun can penetrate that much at all. Okay. And then skies clear out for the nighttime hours, maybe producing radiation cooling, although post-frontal environment might give them some extra winds. Okay, so let's take a look. So no real organized layer of clouds at all. So this is the mid-level clouds that move through tonight, and then so you have some pockets of mid-level and then low-level clouds here. Shadow form stratus over to the west right now will not be in place tomorrow. Don't have to worry about that. Check the GFS out real quickly. We're getting no organized clouds, cloud fraction. So there really isn't a whole lot of moisture in the column. You know, P-watts about 0.7 or so. It's pretty spread out though. Your lift is pretty weak. So rain concerns, yeah, very small. This is less than 100th of an inch. It's about a trace or so. This definitely shows some scattered cloud cover tomorrow. Although I don't think it's going to really impact the temperatures too much tomorrow, just given this RH profile. Both models do show a period where there's better clouds. NAM's a little later in the day, GFS a little earlier in the day. It's kind of important to see when that occurs, and that is very close to their peak heating time. Winds. So winds definitely do pick up. A bit of a low-level jet develops. So yeah, I think tomorrow definitely be a windier day than today, and then winds look like they linger in this post. So they go from southerly flow to a southwest, west-southwest flow, strengthening it over time. GFS probably similar story. Yeah, very windy. I think points might be possible. Oh, winds. Wow. Definitely a windy day possibly here, folks. Yeah, I believe it. I definitely believe it. In the post-frontal environment, winds are going to, come pretty fast. But it is the Midwest region. In those areas, typically see faster wind due to the flat environment. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the thermal profile real quickly. So a strengthening inversion definitely taking place. So you have a very shallow layer of cold air at the surface. This is probably a radiative inversion developing here. Lack of cloud. Okay, so actually you do have this mid-level clouds, which would inhibit. I don't remember the RPM showing that many clouds overnight tonight. Okay, yeah, so the RPM doesn't really show, and then clouds move back in. So a quick window of radiational cooling between 3 and 5 or 6 Z, and then again after 12 Z, although the sun's coming up just after that. Winds out of the south, so fairly similar wind direction to last night, and then it got down to 38 degrees. So yeah, they have a pretty strong inversion in place, which would limit the depth of the boundary layer, at least early on. The NAM has the boundary layer creep up after the cold front moves through, which makes sense. And with some sun, cold advection, it's pretty strong at the upper level. You go from 10 Celsius down to 1 Celsius. But still, that's not that cold. And they are able to warm up with the sun. GFS really warms them up. So despite the cold air advection, cold air advection actually, since it weakens the inversion, it will help the boundary layer to become deeper in the atmosphere. So kind of a negative feedback there. It's interesting. So just based on this, I think the GFS is a little warmer, which explains the higher winds too. More energy to mix boundary layers. More it's you can see boundary layer looks a lot different in the GFS than the NAM. So let's take a look at this 2 meter temperatures. So yeah, you can see just earlier today the NAM just completely busted completely. Had this low level stratus through the day, which did not verify. Although it did, yeah, it's kind of fickle here, then kind of saturated things again to surface. But yeah, Elliott temperatures is getting to 43, 44 degrees. It's already 45, and it looks like a METAR is coming in like right now. So we'll take a look at that in a second. And tomorrow temperatures slowly rise. Once the front passes, the version weakens, cold air advection. Temperatures do Okay, so this right here, this probably has a good idea. Slow rise and then abrupt rise after the front comes through. The sun's able to warm things up. GFS probably a bit warmer. Not really, but potential's there. Just looking at today, this is too cold. So I think the models might be too cold tomorrow. Probably because they're figuring the cold advection, which I don't think is going to keep temperatures any cooler than what they could be. Given full sunshine. No, they won't have full sunshine, but I don't. It's tough this time of year because clouds have a huge impact on temperature. I'll take a look at USL real quickly in a second. But yeah, and then temperatures drop off. Cold advection probably helps them out. Let's just take a look at the 2-minute temperature on here. See how they progress on a map through time. Okay, so this cold pocket dissipates with the dissipation of the low-level clouds. Quick look at the current temperature. Yep, it's up another 2 degrees, so it's 47 right now, on the way to 50 degrees. So even this model, this is 21Z. Let's go back. Yeah, it really only has them getting to like 44 to 46, 48 degrees junk. So today was just a bad day for model performance, and obviously, you know, what I looked at, I made my forecast based on. So it is what it is. Moving forward again. So it looks like this area once again really cools pretty well. Green Bay not as well. Then the approach of the mid-level clouds will probably slow the cooling. So temperatures will probably fall to the upper 30s and then hold somewhere. And then here we are tomorrow. So things really warm up. So yeah, things really warm up. A combination of a southerly flow and a bit of sun. So warm advection, low-level warm advection. Can take a look. A bit of a warmer, low level. The GFS shows that a little better. Yeah, they're definitely tapping into some warmer air given a southerly wind flow, at least early on, before the front comes through. Here we are, 16Z. Things are warming up quite nicely. I think, yeah, this says the 52 degree isotherm all the way up to Green Bay, which is already warmer than both the NAM and GFS. And who knows, this might be overdoing cloud cover. So this is largely due to the warm advection with a little bit of sun. And then your cold front kind of comes through. And then things, you have a westerly flow, so you're tapping in to some cool air. So you do have some sort of cold advection going on, although it's fairly weak. Okay, 0Z overnight. So skies were yeah, mostly clear, although they had some winds keeping things mixed, although the temp profile is fairly a bit cooler than it has been. And then let's keep going to 6Z. Temperatures gradually fall back. So low temperature might occur tonight. Because cold advection tomorrow night doesn't look too strong at all. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the USL for tomorrow and then wrap things up. Okay, so USL, so showing a lot of cloud cover once again during the day tomorrow. A lot of wind, 23 knots. Whew. Exciting. Doesn't really know where the lows would occur. I think it's going to occur in this time period. But yeah, it's showing a lot of clouds during the day. Nearly overcast, 15Z right through 18Z. Yeah. Definitely will consider trends 10 hour when 22Z USL comes out. It has a temperature around 50 degrees with a lot of clouds. And the warm advection, we'll have to see. Just go back. So let's see. So they maintain a southwest flow right through 18Z. So here's 18Z. So they're kind of tapping into this warmer air. Again, I think cloud cover is tricky once again. Although these clouds will be more high-level cloud, mid-level clouds. Although there will be a good inversion in place, but once cold front comes through, the inversion will dissipate, weaken. So here's your pretty strong inversion, and then that goes away. Yeah, by 18Z, you pretty much don't have an inversion at all. Yeah, the name agrees with that pretty much. So we'll see. Again, clouds, tricky. I don't see. It's very tricky. We'll see. Okay. I think that covers everything. Just trying to gather my thoughts here. So it's 47 degrees right now. So today was a complete bust. Haze. So, interesting. Very interesting place to forecast. So yeah, tomorrow, definitely a lot of wind. Over 20 knots definitely is likely. Temperatures dependent on cloud cover. Definitely, I think warmer than today, although today is pretty warm too. Low temperature probably occurs tonight. Probably something similar to last night. And no precip is likely lack of lift and organized moisture. Okay. So long.